Okay, Coach, it's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between our visitors and the New York Jets. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Sack. 51 the money. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
A first down throw, Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Darnold down to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he'll throw deep lefts. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Newton toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
8. Watch out. Show it up. 8.
From the gun, here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down. Badgley able to knock this one through. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Check pass, check pass. Red 80. Red 80.
Now Darnold trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Isaiah McKenzie. 77 yards, and the Jets have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Joker. Check 13. Gun.
From the pistol, they run with Gordon. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
You can't block me. Watch twist. 20. Shit.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They will run with Graham. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, it's Grant. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That one a first down pickup of 8.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Switch. Check nickel. Lady, he's checking.
On first down, Grant. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 25-yard line.
After 7-3 the score. On EA Sports.
Chargers 3.
It's hot. Red 80. It's hot. Check.
Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third.
Keep it up, guys. Red 80. Hey, Mike 51. Hey, with the lady.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Back deep is Tavon Austin. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It's fielded at the 45. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Now let's get there.
Throwing is Newton. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen there to make the grab. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Bring it outside. Mike 51. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
They'll run on first down. It's Grant, and they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, Charlie. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Here's Darnold. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Barber on 1st and 10. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, Barber. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Grant. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. This is Grant. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. From 19 yards away. And the Jets have once again taken the lead. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
From the 31, Newton. Hunter Henry brings it in. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
20. Check flag 33. Check flag 33. 8. Here I come again. Here I come again.
A final shot before the break. Newton. It's Williams on the catch. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. He's still having trouble moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, so much for halftime adjustment. Sometimes the best adjustment you make is no adjustment. You just do things better. But in this case, I think an adjustment was in order. They may have to change up and start throwing the ball around a little bit more.
Check flag 33. Check.
Now on 2nd and 13. Newton going underneath for Gordon.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw on third down. Newton, and that will be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
51, 951. Too little, Say.
They go back to Grant. Room to run past midfield. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On the Jets sweep, here's Grant. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Mike 51. Watch the run. Lady. Alert 3.
Darnold on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Mike 51. I'm going to come back to you. Check 24.
This is Collins on the handoff. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Here goes Hut. 52. Mike 52. Oh, here we go. Outside.
On 2nd down now, it's Grant. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Just a yard in the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Watch the backer. 36.
They'll keep it on the ground. Grant. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Carlson is good, and that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. There goes Melvin Gordon. The 40. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, L.A. Melvin Gordon, 75 yards. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
You got nothing.
Play action. It's Darnold. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Go! Red 80. Switch.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, alert 3.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Darnold running the option to the right side. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Strong right. Strong right. Gun. We got 4. We got 8. 8. 3. Check 3.
From the end zone, Newton. And caught by Henry. And he's only able to get it to right around the 3. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Back to throw, Newton. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. A shotgun snap for Newton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Newton. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. So here comes a very important kick now for Michael Badgley. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over.
Tighten up. Tighten up. What's that? Jam.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Shifts by him. A strong running. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they won't bump that to his resume reel, but that might be one of the best 1-yard runs I've seen.
At the 46-yard line.
Watch Mike. 6 man. Check curls. Check. Shoot!
On 2nd down, it's Grant, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, let's go. Call me pressure. Man, Eddie, you gotta bring it. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Don't get nothing. Hey, wahoo! Man, Eddie.
And the blitz does come. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Yards.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st down in field goal range already. On 1st down, Grant. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here goes Hut. 52, Mike 52.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Watch the end. Young lady. Bang, 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 bang. Check motion, 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 motion. Recon, 132 fighter. Mike by 2.
Right here, right here.
Man, Eddie. Hey, exit.
Now Darnold. And this is caught at the 8. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. From 21 yards away. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Carlson on for the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday, they go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Easy, easy.
Now it's the backup, Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough. And these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down.
Hey, 79! 79! Check 24! Hey, Rocket! Behind!
Rivers to throw for it on 4th. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here.
Outside. 52, by 52. Oh, you got deep? Rush in! Rush in!
They'll run on 1st down. It's Grant. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.